Hello everyone, welcome back to Group D. So I was thinking of doing some sort of YouTube video and wondering what might be interesting. So I decided to concentrate on the techniques involved in driving Mondello Park. Mondello is such an iconic drift track. Many big name drivers have come over, some successfully, some unsuccessfully. But the course itself is just so satisfying and really has to be right up there in the top courses in the world for drifting, to be honest. So I thought it'd be interesting to take a look and see how I drive the track and show you the techniques involved. Driving the, of course, 240, the DMAC 240, which is looking a bit sorry and bashed up for itself after maybe 18 months of hard drifting. But it's she's been a good girl, so we'll come back to her in a minute. So let's take a look at the techniques that I use, and we'll take a look at some in-car footage, and I'll break down how I drive the course, or how I'd like to drive the course. We'll look at a real speed run, a slow-mo run with a detailed description, and then another real speed one. And I hope you find it interesting, so let's go take a look. Right, so let's start with warming the tyres. This is how I do it. I go straight forward as quick as I can. I push the nose on just to understeer the front tyres, build some heat in them, and I use the handbrake to just pivot around a little bit. You could argue that this might flat spot the tyres a small bit, but I do a rolling burnout at the end where I will control the heat that I put into the rears. That should be all four corners warmed up and ready to go. So let's take a look at a run in full speed, and then we will take a look at the same run in slow-mo, and I'll explain some of the techniques involved. Right, so let's get through this run. I'd just like to say I'm not concentrating on the course here as such. I am just running it the way it feels good for me. I knew the rain was on the way, so I just wanted to have a bit of fun. Here we go, leaving the line against Dave Egan. Right now I am just concentrating getting through the chicane as quickly as possible and getting away from the chase car as best I can. I'm not worried about having a close run. I just want to leave him for dead. Big aggressive gear changes here on the way down. Still using the clutch even with a 4-speed G-force dog box. Clutch is force of habit kind of thing. Coming into turn one, it is a late straight line entry for me. I'm concentrating on extending the straight as long as possible and getting as much speed as I can to take the mid to outside line that I want to, which is actually missing clip 2 here, but I feel this is the most satisfying way to run this course. It also leaves a nice bit of room on the inside for someone chasing. But brings me right to the outside. Watch the left foot come over. Just stabilize the car at that angle, at that throttle level. Coming through off the left foot brake, lifting for the transition, clutch in, bit of handbrake just to get me to the outside very early. Try and scrub a little bit of speed so I don't end up too wide. I'm on the outside line really early here. I'm going to fill the whole outside zone. Bit of left foot brake again just to stabilize the car, not have any correction on the front steering wheel if I can. Clutch in, down change to third, mid to late corner. Really getting the thing in the power band in third. I feel it's much nicer to do it that way. Coming out of the corner, I'm just looking for my next clip, which is here on the left, using no brake here or nothing, just on throttle transitions from left to right to left. Flick it back towards the wall. Going to give it a couple of pulses of the handbrake here, small bit of right foot brake as we're coming in a bit hot, but turned out I came in too hot anyway. That's how the course flowed for me at as much speed as I could carry. Had to back out of it here as I was going to go into the wall, but I feel, you know, that's a really nice flow of a run for me, and it's nice for the course to be a little bit, more challenging, that I don't stay on throttle all the time, so not too worried about the finish. And that is one run, pretty quick run at that. Right, so one more look in normal speed, and let's just go through it. So, leave the line, get through the chicane as quick as possible, slam the gears, go as fast as I can, extend the straight as long as possible, get on power, hit the throttle, full wide open throttle, change direction. Interesting, for like 20 years I used to change down at the transition. Now I'm changing down much later in the corner. The big Sprint Car V8 helps me there. Flick it into the last corner as hard as possible. Fucked up the run at the end, but still so satisfying on such an amazing track. Right, so time to tidy up on the previous run, the last corner mistake especially. So here, sitting at the start line, I'm not sure who's following me here, but for me, I have to sit there with the mindset of just see if they can keep up with this. Just try and go as quick as I can, and pulling a gap from the chase driver is almost as satisfying as having a really good chase yourself. So through the chicane once more, concentrating again, just get through there as quick as I can, both hands on steering wheel, take off in second in this car, so my drift gears are third and fourth, which gives me no going across the gate in the H pattern box. So into third, into fourth, same principles as last time, extend the straight as long as possible, come down into turn one, actually a little bit more handbrake this time, didn't get the car rotated as good as the first run you've seen, in my opinion. Nice and wide there on the dotted line on the inside of the track, left foot just coming over, but only a couple of dabs this time, a bit more committed in the middle of the corner. Look at the white line on the left hand side, and right out there and through the outside box, and then a big aggressive change of direction onto the handbrake, a small bit of right foot brake with the clutch in, then back onto the throttle, one wheel onto the concrete there and lifting the left front wheel, and that makes me just correct another small bit, but it still looked very smooth from the outside. You can get away with that, you're at the opposite end of the course to the judges and there's no replays and stuff, so I like being committed on the concrete there. Change down again, mid corner into third gear. Coming out of the corner this time, a lot of throttle commitment, on throttle the whole time. These were really nice transitions this time. Just, as I said, on throttle the whole time. Let go of the wheel, let the car transition itself. Oversteer it there left, that makes it swing back. And back to the last left hand corner. Tag the back bumper bar off the wall. This gave me slight tiny correction in the steering there, but you probably wouldn't even notice, and perfect outside line all the way to the finish. And I feel like this would have been a really good qualifying run, so it's nice to just go back to back and, you know, have the ability to fix your mistake from the first run and pull a complete run together and over the line perfectly, using all of the course at the finish there. So yeah, really satisfying track, full of commitment, and just so nice to drive. Right, one more look. Thumbs up to whoever is chasing. Give the marshal the nod, and now concentrate on the chicane. And let's go. Down through the gears. Bang. Bang. Fast as possible. Entry. Pretty good. Full throttle. Small bit of left foot. Transition. Touch the concrete. Dangle the left front in the air. Change it down. Power through, power, Transition on power, little extra steer left to transition, tag the wall, fill the whole outside line, touch grass at the finish. No, I thought that was interesting. The car is so good. I mean, I really love this thing. It has been amazing since the day we launched it. It's been relatively problem-free. Just so competitive straight out the blocks, and it really worked out well. I did do a ultimate drift car video as I started building that car over COVID. It is basically my ultimate Sylvia, pretty much, and I never did the second part of it, so I will go into detail on the car probably pretty soon, because right now it is February 23 and she is being stripped apart to make the second evolution of it. So about 18 months of development have come to this point where we're going to change a few things, move some stuff around, make some new stuff, little tweaks here and there, nothing drastic. The car is very, very competitive, very, very quick, but we'll make some changes. Hopefully we have an idea of where we can improve and go even faster and even better. So that will be the next video. Just before we strip it, I'll probably get it up on the ramp and I'll take a detailed look at the car on the ramp with you and just show the way it was in 2022 and 21. And I hope that it'll show just how good of a vehicle it was and everything before we strip it and we revamp it with some trick stuff for this year, hopefully 2023, where I would like to do some European competitions with it. Who knows right at this point, nothing is definite, but that is the plan. Getting at the car right now is being really difficult because the place is full to the brim of cars with many, many more customers waiting for us to get through more cars. So it's a bit mad, but we're going to have to put some time aside to get this baby on track and go have some fun for the year. So hope you enjoyed this video. It was just something different, something new, something I haven't seen people really go into. It's nice to go in depth into a course. So again, just trying to think outside the box, do something a little bit differently. And I hope you enjoyed it. So I'll see you guys next time. And I'm out. See you later.